Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thought I'd just do a quick little update of what I'm working on out here. So for my Centipede, I went ahead and bought a Millipede board. I got it on eBay for about 180 bucks, which was, kind of high, I would think, for a broken board. And I sent it off to a gentleman named Andy Russ. You can find him on the Arcade Repair group on Facebook. So he fixed it for really cheap. Really nice guy. I recommend him highly for all your Atari needs. So once I got it back, Joe from High Score Saves just released the multi-kit that has Centipede, Millipede, and Super Breakout and Warlords. So it's just two boards like he normally has, like on the Pac-Man. So one board for the 6502, and I believe these are the character ROMs. I'm not totally sure. So, and then I got the Centipede to Millipede connector from Arcade Shop. So everything's working, now. I'm just having an issue with my trackball going left and right. So I got to repin that. I went ahead and inspected it. One of the pins is all bent up. So I need to do that hopefully soon. Also, I just received this plate from Whim Outrun. You can find him on Facebook on as Whim Outrun. He makes these repro plates. As you can see, mine's all banged up. So it's beautiful. It's well worth the price. It has some 3M backing, and it's really well made. I don't even know how to even explain how the detail in this plate. It's crazy. It's coated with some type of something. It's not just a printed piece of artwork on a plate. I don't know. It feels amazing, almost like the original would feel, but it's all worn down. I don't know. It's well worth the price. I'm kind of embarrassed how much I paid until I got it, and then I was just blown away. This guy is amazing. You should check him out. If you have an outrun and need a control panel, you can do that. And he's working on this, and he's also working on the topper. So you can find Wim online on Facebook, which is cool. I'm playing some Fantasy Zone tonight. Love all these Sega games. What else? I just picked this up a couple weeks ago from an operator. It's a 2020 commercial Golden Tee. Get my ugly ass out of that upper monitor. The upper monitor doesn't work, but Incredible Technology stopped supporting it, so it doesn't do anything. It's a commercial unit, got 2020 on it. So this thing wasn't in too bad a shape. Just dirty and ugly. Went ahead and cleaned the trackball, replaced the T-molding since it was pretty much yellowed from all the use in the bars and smoke and whatnot. And it pretty much ran like garbage. So the motherboard in it that was pretty much from 2008, 2009. So it ran really bad. So since this has got a CRT, I went ahead and put a GT 9500 in it that'll run on this Neotech. And as you can see, the picture looks great. So didn't even have to dial it in. No issues at all on it. Little bit of burn, of course, from the live, but other than that, and little bit of some scratches from people hitting the trackball, but other than that. So I went ahead and rebuilt the Nighthawk. I put a new power supply in and a DB75EN Intel motherboard with a Core i5, and of course like 2 gigs of RAM. That's about all you need. That's all that this will actually recognize. The software will recognize. You can put 10 gigs of RAM, it won't matter. It pretty much matters on just your CPU and your video card, and the game will run on pretty much. This game is amazing. It'll run on almost anything. Incredible Technologies did a good job. you know, doing this. So, you know, I still have to clean up the bottom, but it cleaned up good. And hopefully it's for sale. Spent a lot of money on it, so hopefully someone will be happy here. Came with the back, of course, the back door and instructions. It was all dinged up a little bit here, so I touched it up with some paint. You can't even see it once the lights are off, so. But that's about it. Hopefully make somebody happy with some golden tea. So. Turn the lights on. See this?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Golden Tee.
Yeah, with the old Golden Tee 4 cabs, you could easily, you know, put a LCD monitor in this, but with this thing's all one piece. Like, I don't even know how to even, I don't want to start chopping into this. I know some people online chop this down, that'd be great, you know, but I don't want to start hacking this up. So it's already spent too much money into it, so let people enjoy it as it is. It looks great. Play some Dodge. They have the Freaky Friday courses.
Let's join Jim Nance at the first tee of Dodge City. It's a great day for Golden.
Yeah, the operator had this running at like 640 by 480. It looked terrible, ran terrible. So I replaced everything and then changed the dip switches to 800 by 600, which is monitor is good to run, and it looks a lot better, runs a lot better in the dirt.
Does it have the distance?
No, it don't.
Go for one with a birdie putt.
Ah, missed it.
Go for one.
Whiffed it.
Trying to fall.
So yeah, that's about it. So everything's working good. Oh, also for you guys that, you know, into pins, my whole 16 subscribers that might be, picked up this mat from Pin Shield, and it's almost like a yoga mat. You know, it's thinner. I could have just cut down a $5 piece of yoga mat. I paid 30 bucks for this, but I ordered it. Pretty much just will cover up all your pins, keep all the dust and dirt out. So if you have some pins, these will fit your standard size. I think it was like 30 bucks shipped. It's not bad, but if you want, you could just go to Walmart and pick up some yoga mats and cut them down to size, but they're a lot thicker. This one is way thinner than your typical yoga mat that you'll find. So yeah, so that's about it. So when I want to play, I just toss it on Mario, because that's it. You're done, Mario. So, all right, guys. Sorry this video is long, about 8 minutes. So I'm just gonna hang out, play some Golden Tee, play some Fantasy Zone. I totally love these old Sega games from almost like the 8-bit Master System. Great music from this era. This was them. This Teddy Boy Blues is awesome if you haven't played that. Fantasy Zone. Quartet, of course. Some people don't like that, but Quartet was a 4-player, you know, side scroller, you know, in the same graphic style. But you can't beat this graphics style from the 80s and music. The music in this game is pretty amazing. So, all right. Oh yeah, also this shifter plate sucks, because once you take it all apart, there's a block that this shaft goes into, and of course you have to punch it out. So after talking to some people that replaced it, yeah, you can punch it out. So I ordered a punch set, but of course you know, there's a chance with this being 35 years old that that pin will just completely disintegrate. So I'm hopefully trying to find a replacement pin, so once I punch it out, if I disintegrate it, I can put it back together. I have an extra shifter maybe I'll practice on, or if I destroy this one, you know, I can go ahead and not have the game down. But this one is pretty worn. So, especially after, you know, printed this, Joe Saisbo hooked me up with that, you know, found a new old stock, you know, CPO. Everything looks great with this. It's almost done, but this is the one eyesore, you know, that I'm having. I pretty much don't care about the side art or whatnot. I just, as long as what you're looking at is great to play, that in the game works, that's fine, you know. I don't mind the side art having issues. Most of the time it's hidden anyways, but you know, what I'm looking at is what I care about. So, and this thing has been bugging me for years. So Wim hooked me up with that. You know, I've been bugging him for, you know, the last 6 to 8 months to get one of these from him, and I finally did. And if you guys are looking for an outrun shifter plate and have a punch set and can take that thing apart, that'd be great. Yeah, so it's not hard to take that shifter apart. Just make sure you can go to Arcade Fix It, pick up a couple of the bearings that are in there that basically will hold this shifter in place, that go up and down. There's a spring that's inside that piece of metal that holds this up. So the spring will be destroyed. So you'll just go to a hardware store, look for a spring, and the bearings could be worn because they just wear on a piece of metal. Up and down, up and down. So you can imagine after 30 years, it was pretty worn. And this was worn down. I just greased it up and it's been working for 2 years. So when I took it apart, I just re-greased it and put it all back together. So just be wary if you take this shifter apart. It's not hard at all. It's just, you know, now you have to punch that out, and, you know, and you'll see some, once I took it apart the first time, the bearings just kind of, the 2 ball bearings that are in it, just, you know, of course they fell out, and then the spring was stuck. I pulled the spring out because it's worn and nasty, and it just fell in half. So I went and got a good solid spring, you know, that can push that apart, and it's been working ever since. Took it apart, re-greased it, good to go. So, all right, my friends, I'm going to go play some Golden Tee. Of course, the World Championships are happening here in Vegas, at New Orleans, in June 12th through the 14th. So if you love Golden Tee or want to hang out, it'd be great. Everybody's cool and whatnot, because I totally suck. So it's good to hang out with those guys and learn something. So, all right then, you guys have a good evening. Later.